Hello guys, for our last topic of the school year, we're going to be talking about surface area of spheres and cones. So hopefully it won't be too overwhelming. To get started, the surface area of a sphere. The surface area I always label as SA. So SA equals 4 pi times r squared. For pi, we're only going to use 3.14. Don't use the pi button on your calculators. It just makes things more confusing. R is the radius of the sphere, as shown in this picture, and since this is a type of area, our units are going to be squared. Okay, so we'll start with this first example. Our radius is 5, so when we plug things in, SA equals 4 pi times 5 times 5, or 4 pi times 25. Since multiplication is cumulative, I can multiply 4 and 25. So now I have surface area equals 100 pi. So my surface area is 31.4. And since our radius is in centimeters, it is centimeters squared. Okay? Another example. Our diameter is 26 inches. Since that is the diameter, our radius is going to be half of that, so the radius is 13. I'm going to plug in my 13s for r squared. 13 times 13 is 169, so I have 4 pi times 169. 4 times 169 is going to give us 676 pi. And since this is in inches, we're going to end up with 2,122.64 inches squared. Make sure we're rounding to the hundredths place, okay? Nice, easy, simple. Next one, our radius is 10 inches, so I'm plugging in 10 times 10. I get 4 pi times 100. I get 400 pi. And I get 1,256 inches squared. There's no need for decimals because we're only using 3.14. All right, so those are all of my surface area of a sphere. Next, a cone. Surface area of a cone is a little bit more in depth. We're also including a new value, so SA is going to equal pi rs plus pi r squared. So again, for pi, we're going to use 3.14. The radius is still going to be the radius of the cone. I'm going to fix that after this. And S is the height of the slant, so the side of the cone. And since this is area, our units will be squared. All right, so let's get into an example. Notice how on the height is on the slant, not on the actual height of the cone. All right, so we're going to start plugging things in. 6 is our radius, 10 is our slant height. So I have pi times 6 times 10 plus pi times 6 squared. I have pi times 60 plus pi times 36. Since they're both multiplied by pi, they're like terms, I can add them together. So I have pi times 96. And lastly, I multiply that out. I have 301.44 inches squared, okay? Take it one step at a time. If you need to just do pi rs and then do pi r squared and then add them, that's okay too, all right? Another example. Our slant height is 13. Our radius is 5. So I have SA equals pi times 5 times 13 plus pi times 5 times 5. Multiplying those out, pi times 65 plus pi times 25. Again, since they're like terms, I can add those together. I have 90 pi. And lastly, I multiply it out, 282.6 meters squared, okay? Last one, it doesn't matter if the cone is flipped upside down. My slant height is still 6. My radius is 4. So I have pi times 4 times 6 plus pi times 4 times 4, or pi times 24 plus pi times 16, adding our like terms, pi times 40. My surface area is going to be 125.6 inches squared, okay? So don't let the long formula confuse you, all right? Just so you know, I'm here to help before working on the worksheet. Let me know if you are confused at all. Email me, leave a comment, or ask me to go over extra problems during our Google Meets. My email is below. Our Google Meets. Friday we are closed and we no longer have our support day. So Monday is A day, Tuesday is B day, Wednesday is A day, Thursday is B day, and Friday we have no school. Our assignments for this week, you have a worksheet on the surface area of spheres and cones due Thursday at 11:59. I might extend that to Friday at 11:59. And you will have your Linkit assignment starting today. It is due at 11:59 on June 11th. That is from the school. I can't change that time at all, so everybody has to finish it by then. Have a great rest of your day, and let me know if you need it.